as the most feared and powerful warrior. A ninja who breaks from ancient tradition and explodes onto America. His soul possesses the body of an innocent woman and transforms her into a lethal assassin. Who are you? I want to help her.
Only a ninja can destroy a ninja.
Her only hope is Yamada, the master ninja, who has been sent to destroy him. Where Revenge of the Ninja left off, Ninja 3 begins. An epic struggle of superhuman strength and supernatural forces. Ninja 3, the Domination.
Hey kids, welcome to the Simplistic Reviews audio commentary for a movie that doesn't use S&M material, Ninja 3, The Domination.
Sure about that?
We don't know about that.
For show purposes, I'm DJ Valentine. I'm joined by
Maybe.
two guys who promise not to ninja vanish.
It's
Justin
Cannon
Polizzi,
Summer.
Matthew Stewart, Justin Polizzi. Get your tassels ready. Get your little, little spike collars.
Load up your thing, because there's a cannon coming at your way.
This is a classic film, and this has got a cult following, this film.
Ever been pegged by a ninja? Because it's coming. Ninja 3 Domination. You're going to get pegged by a ninja.
If you haven't figured it out, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing Cannon Summer. So that we have a theme.
If you didn't pick that up from the last commentary, you may or may not.
That said, now
Follow
you've
along.
probably realized we have another theme, a second theme, which is ninjas. All ninjas.
It's
all
a meta
Cannon
theme.
films. So, you go wrong. Ninjas in the summertime? Nothing bad with that.
You know, ninjas wear too much clothes during the summertime. I feel
You know what's funny? These films are all
I feel like
other
being a ninja
age.
is more of a winter sport.
Yeah.
The man in the
Well,
black
you would
pajamas,
think.
dude.
You would think.
But it's funny because the leads are always non-Asian, and they
Yeah,
fight against
the leads are
Asians.
white.
I think this one's maybe a white female or maybe a Spanish female. I'm not
Single
sure.
white female.
Oh,
Is that
there's a female lead.
There's a female lead, I believe, in this one.
Well, how
Look,
about
Ninja 3 had to get woke and put a female in the lead.
I know, even back in
1991.
1991?
84.
Woke ass movie.
84.
It's fine.
Oh, look at that.
It's like the ballerina, but a little bit
A
cool.
lot of people like to complain there wasn't diversity and there wasn't understanding of people in the 80s.
No,
there was.
I can't think of any other
Yeah, they
series of movies where females were the lead.
Yeah, see, the Israelis know.
Cynthia Rothrock, we miss you.
Yeah, where'd
I'm
you go? Come back.
She might be back in September.
Ooh. I'm at the 00000 mark.
Hold
And
on.
I'm hitting the
Hold on,
wait,
DJ.
Hold on.
You know, things got to get ready here.
I bet, bro.
There's things going on here. There's things in the background. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Close
here.
all the porno.
Matthew, the oracle of
a lot of
commentaries.
windows.
He's got all his. got all
Not
his stuff
saying I
going
was
around.
watching something on Media Player, but maybe I was.
Maybe it involved a giant penis. We don't know that. We
Going into a thing.
Matt's old school. He downloads his pornography and uses Windows Media Player to play.
It does.
Yes.
It does. It does.
I mean, it's the
Windows
only
Media
way-
Player. When he hits play, it asks him, "You sure?"
It's the only way that you can guarantee you're not going to get an ad. in
Your
the
family
beginning.
might be on this computer, so
I
sure.
mean, you sure you want to do that? I mean, your wedding photos are right there.
They're sitting. I also have.
And now I'm going to download a Kazaa file.
Kazaa file. Yeah, this
Stream
EXE,
to television
this EXE
in living
file is
room?
definitely going to be okay.
Would you
There's
like
nothing
to
wrong with an
cast
executable
this?
file.
We'll do your
Executable
taxes
files
for you.
are great. You guys are worried about all the wrong things.
We will cast this for you.
You guys have a lot of problems in life. I don't. My porn is downloaded to my computer.
I keep mine in a binder.
I keep it all up here.
I
I'm
have
the map.
photos. I have.
I'm the map.
Hey,
Keep it
how
all
long
in a
was it- how long
JC's
was that
Penny
porno?
catalog.
That porno was 90 minutes long. It's like, okay, 90 minutes, 24 frames per second,
I can play it in my
60
head.
seconds.
60,
per
16
90
millimeter. I like the old school.
How big was this book you had in this porno? Yeah,
I'm at the 000 mark, and I'm hitting the play button right about now.
all right.
Canon film.
The seal of quality.
The seal of approval.
Oh, that one has a reflection.
I like
know.
that one.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Whoa! We're in
now.
space, bitch.
We're trying things out.
That's got nothing to do with the movie. You know what? Okay,
You'll agree?
that was actually pretty cool just there because the reflection of that thing that went into space reflected right into the
Headlights?
car lights.
Hmm.
Yeah, the headlights. That was actually super cool. And look at this super racist
Font?
font.
Yeah,
I'm here
that
for you
was,
today.
that was like
Guess what you're gonna
racist.
get.
I don't
Think
know. I want
when think
Chinese
of
food
the
right now.
Mickey,
I'm
I
very
think of
hungry.
Asian font.
Anybody want to put? Should we put an
order?
order in for Panda Express right now?
You should right
I
now.
feel like I should get some
double orange
asparagus
chicken with
and
veggies.
maybe some pork fried rice. I'm just gonna put it out there. You don't want to wear a white suit in the desert. That's always a bad idea.
No, but he's going to play golf.
Okay.
Obviously.
Golden Globulus.
Golden Globulus. I don't
Did
know.
they make He-Man?
What's the
They
production
did.
company? Golden Globulus.
Funny
What?
enough,
Are
you
sure
say
about
that. I was actually just thinking about that on the ride home today. It's like, you know what we haven't done?
He-Man.
Masters of the Universe. Ninja 3, the Domination.
The Domination, which is a sequel to Enter the Dragon.
We'll get around to that.
But I don't know
We're skipping around a little bit.
if yes, Revenge.
I thought that said
Revenge of the
Hanna-Barbera.
Dragon, yes. It looked like Hanna-Barbera because
I thought it said Hanna-Barbera. It's the
Asian
Asian
font
font.
threw
It's
me
very
off.
hard to read, Matthew. I can't
Sorry.
read all of it.
Well, that's the problem with titles. You have to read them.
I don't like reading.
I don't want to read the title. I don't want to know who's in the movie at all.
Who's in it? That surprised me.
Who's in
Matthew,
the movie?
do you have any wagers?
plenty.
Wagers.
See, I was going to use these for the movie
Good
we
Humor
were
Man
actually going to do. Look, he's looking at the Ark of the Covenant.
Oh my god!
Oh my God, Ninja Stars! It looks like when you bought the Halloween things, like you put the things up on the wall with the witches and everything. It's like the same thing.
You went to Party City.
Yeah, he did. Synthesizer score by look at those guys.
Asian Pedro Pascal.
Oh yeah. Okay, so here's what we got. I was going to use this for the movie we were supposed to originally watch, but it's like, fuck it. Use the same ones here.
It probably work.
Deaths are going to be, because there's
going to be a deadly movie, I feel.
A good amount of deaths going on in this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm putting 34 and a half.
Oh, under.
Going under.
Banging the under.
All right.
I think it's going to be
I have a feeling
death.
everybody on that golf course is going to die right now, DJ, but that's just me.
Tiger is nowhere involved, okay?
Everybody's dead on that thing. Every one of those arrows is going to go into a white
hole in 18
in about the next 5 minutes.
Hole in 18.
All right, okay, he goes under on the deaths. What about
I'm
you?
going under. Going under.
I'm going to go under too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of death.
I'm going to go under. I don't know because I'm trying to think of the first movie we watched.
Fisterberg?
Hey, man, whatever he does in his private time is his business, Matthew.
I know.
But everybody might be tired.
Yeah,
he might
get. It's probably going to be like 31.
It's going to be very close.
Yeah.
He's going to replace him with a grenade.
He's literally going to kill this guy who just had a bad golf shot.
I'll tell you what he's killing. He's killing it with that eyeliner.
Yeah, he is.
It look good.
It's almost like when Batman his eyes.
He rips off his mask. He is Batman, idiot.
How much I love Batman Returns. It's always the scene that always bothers me.
He takes the mask off and it's gone.
It's gone. It's like, no, he paints his eye.
I don't know why this golfer reminds me of a white Timothy Dalton.
Everybody reminds me of a white Timothy
Dalton.
Wait,
no.
Hole in one, bitch.
He might be doing, oh, God.
Oh, wow.
That's hard to do because
that's very hard to do, kids.
That's a Titleist. How do you do that?
Yeah.
It's a Titleist one.
Oh no.
Oh no, the henchman. He might kill some of these people.
This is why I don't golf anymore.
Oh, maybe
ninja does
somebody. Oh,
hey, you have a gun.
Well,
Chinese
it hit his hand.
He's gonna be all right.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
All right,
okay.
That was
pretty cool.
Sorry. That's already going to lead me to one thing that's going to be on the list later, but it's fine.
That's a death.
Not death. Okay.
That's a death.
Okay.
That's
a couple
death
already.
Excuse me. Coming through, playing through, 4.
So we got 3 already.
He just kicks her off. I need to go faster.
Get the fuck out
is
here.
He fucking Superman?
This
what the
ninja
hell?
is dominating right now.
That's the name of the movie.
Yo, really?
This guy doesn't care.
This is how we do things.
Yo!
Did he kill her just now? Or just
Yes,
slice
he
her
did.
arm.
Yes, he did.
Oh, it's a good golf club bent.
That was cool.
He murked a woman. This guy is merciless.
You guys might be in trouble.
Does a woman count for 2?
There's another guy who's just like, can I play through?
Hey, excuse me.
It's like, ready
You guys
play,
done
ready
yet?
to play, ready to
You guys
play.
taking so long to play.
Jesus Christ, we're just trying to play.
We got a hazard here on hole 15.
It happened again.
Let's go to the second thing.
Not again.
Not again.
All right. Now this won't count because it's not really out. So the next thing was questions about who are doing these crimes or violence.
I think they had one right there.
Okay.
No,
not yet.
No, because they are actually like asking.
Yeah,
like,
they're gonna
we gotta
investigate.
report to the thing.
What's the number?
I put 6.5.
Okay.
I'm gonna say under again.
Okay, you're going under.
I think it's gonna be wildly apparent who's doing these crimes.
Well, I think the cops will be like, "Who's been doing these crimes?"
I guess you have a point. It's not like there's multiple ninja groups.
It's broad daylight. Justin.
Is it Ninja West or Ninja East?
Well, there might be
definitely not
someone
Ninja South.
besides the cops. There might be like somebody who lives in an apartment.
Maybe
like,
OJ
It's
did
getting
this
so.
crime.
Well, this is in Arizona. Wasn't OJ in Arizona for a while?
I think so.
I think he was.
I think he was in jail there.
What do you say there?
How'd you guys miss him?
He could split the fucking defense.
He just walked right by you. He's on foot.
I'm gonna go.
If I see a ninja running, I'm gonna.
I'll go under.
Him.
I'll go under. Yeah, I think next one is my.
Yeah, next one, and we already had one, so I counted this already because we were chatting so much. It's gonna be explosions.
Chatty Cathy's.
So there was already an explosion with the gun when he fired the thing.
Right.
That was a form of explosion.
Okay, I'm down.
Whoa!
8.5. Oh, this guy's gonna be
8.5.
Oh, god damn.
I'm going to go for a clean sweep of under.
Whoa, what the
I'm going to go over.
Crazy. You're going over, Justin?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I'm going to make you a star.
Okay. Damn,
that was a good stunt right there.
That was a stunt and a half.
Okay,
yeah,
I guess he killed the guy in the passenger seat.
I mean, I really should take the over on these fucking.
I think the other the drivers did too.
The murders are going to be skyrocketing. I think Matthew was right. He did call this. He said everybody on this golf course was going to die.
I did it. I did it. I thought he was joking around.
Yeah, I think he was.
I thought at least one death would happen. I didn't realize the whole police force would be taken out.
I think he killed the whole PGA died.
Everybody's dead. All right, over under on explosions because you might get an exploding helicopter.
I'm going over.
Okay,
whatever it is.
I thought you were going under.
No, I'm going over.
Now you're joining me. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And the next one is going to be this. We haven't really had it. Well, no, actually we haven't.
We haven't had boobs in a long time.
I'm gonna have to up this number. We'll do boobs as like a bonus one.
Ninjas don't like boobs, Justin.
The next one's gonna be one-on-one fights. Like
is he gonna jump up onto this helicopter?
One-on-one fight. Like somebody's fighting somebody one-on-one.
Okay.
How many we got?
There's gonna be 12 one-on-one fights.
Ooh. What do you think, Justin?
And granted, I will count if there's a group of people fighting the ninja, I won't count that. But if the ninja goes to one person, he's fighting him, that's a one-on-one fight. He kills him.
Even though there's a group around.
Even though there's a group, if it's like
I'll go above. I'll go above on that.
I'm going. What's the number?
12 and a half.
Under.
Okay, under. Okay, under and over.
How do you count a half for that?
Well, I guess so we can.
He fights a midget, Justin. What are you talking about?
Fights a child.
He fights a child.
Yeah.
If he fights a fucking kid, I win automatically.
If he fights a child,
Solomon it. It's fine.
If he fights a kid, we all win.
Yeah.
Fights a little girl.
Oh, please.
It's got to be a little girl.
We can't shoot at our own police.
A lot of cops.
No, I'm not counting.
Well, they're here to protect and serve.
The cops that he put in the water.
Whoa!
Oh, that guy's dead.
Holy fuck! Oh my god! Yo, this ninja is bout it. Oh my god!
He's going in the water with him.
I thought he was going to take the helicopter.
Explosion!
Oh my god! It's going to hit a whole bunch of cops.
Please kill all the cops.
He's going to kill everybody.
Kill everyone!
Oh,
How's it flying,
oh,
Matthew? How's it
come
flying?
on, do it!
Blow up!
Explode!
Blow it!
We're waiting for it.
Yes! There we go! It's through!
All right. Well,
I think this movie has everything we wanted it so far.
yeah, it does.
I want
And
the cop
it's in a
to
desert
respond.
environment too.
I want a cop here to respond the way Justin just did to that.
Look at this guy.
explosion.
What did I do?
Yeah,
With a
he just
bamboo
went,
reed.
Yeah, well,
Classic.
helicopter blew up, guys.
Yeah.
what do we do?
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's not done murdering.
Not even
me.
10 minutes in.
Holy fuck! I really fucked up on
You know
this.
what's funny about this? Like, I had a lower number, and when we were talking, I raised the number.
Yeah.
Holy,
We were
Jesus
talking.
Christ, dude.
we're not out of the first.
Everybody
fucking
is
act.
dying that you see.
I think he's killing the
He's
state.
killing all of LA.
He's killing
Oh.
he's killing helicopters, motorcycles.
This is like a population control movie.
Jeez.
Oh my
Oh my
God!
God, I killed that guy too.
How
Kill
many
that guy
stars do
too.
we have? Please stop murdering the police department.
The town
How is he
population
not-
sign is going to have to be changed soon.
Oh, they got him!
Oh,
Shoot him!
come on. Shoot
What?
him. Oh my God, 4 more.
How is he
Oh,
alive? Stop it!
Wait, he
Oh
looks
my-
injured, right?
This is like Butch
I
Cassidy
think
with
they're
ninjas.
dead. Another
Dude.
one.
Dude, you just got to
Dude.
count.
Oh my God!
I-
What the fuck?
Those were caltrubs. I can't tell if he killed them.
Kill him! Die!
Dude, how are they not shooting other police officers?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's a kind of
There's
a
a lot of
crossfire.
crossfire here.
Oh my God,
Is he magic ninja?
bro! He went
Why
out
was
like
that
a-
many cops there?
1, 2, 7, 8, 9,
I
10.
tell you one thing. This ninja
Jesus.
went out like a fucking boss.
Yeah.
That's how you
When's
go
the last
down.
time seen a ninja kill that many cops?
If you kill 58
We've seen
cops,
ninja movies where they don't even get that close.
Yeah.
oh, he's not dead.
He's not dead
He's
yet.
not dead.
Dead.
Is
What
he
are we
indestructible? Is he Jason?
He might
Is
be.
he a
this-
robot?
this-
Oh
yeah.
Is this
my
the new-
goodness.
Friday the 13th, Part 9.
How is he
the
alive?
The
final
ninja.
What is? Yeah, how come he won't die?
Justin, Optimus Prime has not taken this much
and
damage.
he's
Explosion.
ninja vanishing, and that's another explosion.
How is he alive? Dude, this is the baddest man. John Wick couldn't fuck with these people.
No, John Wick would have a hard time with this.
He
ninja.
would have, even with the suit. He would,
This
he
is a
would
movie
have-
I would kill to see in a theater.
Yes, yes, please. Where did he go? You shot
Where the
him
hell
at
did he
close
go?
range with a shotgun. Somebody had an
he's
AR-35
oh,
and
no,
he was
now he's
walking
naked.
around. Let's get him. Hey, all your brothers
Get
are
who?
dead around you.
You shot him a foot away multiple times. How do you?
With a shotgun.
Don't go
Justin.
after that guy.
Don't go after him. How he's right
he's,
there.
he's hidden. Like he's an ostrich.
How do you kill this guy?
How did
I
he
don't
Jason
get?
think he
Voorhees
can.
would have a problem with
How
that.
did he get under the dirt like that?
Justin, he got shot with a shotgun at close range and he has no wounds to speak of.
I
Oh,
But he likes
What?
80s rock. So
you got
I
jetpack.
he's gonna do some mountain climbing. He's a little bored.
Some
Oh,
mountain,
is it-
mountain
He's a
climbing.
telephone repairman. He's gonna fix your
Oh.
cable, I think.
He's the. Oh, it's a different guy. He's
He's got a hard hat on. Does he have a hard hat on?
The ninja is now a lineman.
He is now.
This is a girl. Wichita lineman.
I'll tell you one thing. You're taking girl boss to another level. If
Yeah, when's the last time you seen a fucking chick be a line person?
It's line man.
line
Oh,
man, bro,
sorry.
get it right.
Met so woke.
You can't spell woman without man.
DEI Stewart over here.
It's okay. She spelled it WOYMN.
Oh, there's the golf courses right there.
Okay.
She's at
That's
the
where
golf
everybody
course.
got murdered. Just
She's at the
now.
wrong place at the wrong time.
What's the kill count at? I'm pretty sure we passed it.
Fuck. Is that the ninja?
It's a different
Oh.
ninja. Oh, okay.
No, I think that's the ninja right there.
That's the same. The ninja
I
that's
thought the
Unless
like-
he's just a
ninja
drunken
turned into a
ninja.
woman. I thought the ninja turned into a woman. My bad.
No.
They were in the same outfit. That's what threw me off.
Wrong place at the wrong time. I have a
You
funny
should
feeling
not-
she's going to become a ninja now.
But Justin, again, I need
Women
you
are
to
allowed to become
answer,
ninjas.
24
Okay.
to start.
How is he alive?
24, and we
Well,
got
I don't
a long
know.
way to go.
But I'll say this.
24 murders. 20.
He doesn't look like he's doing so well right now. You stumbled.
Matt, Justin, he got shot with an AR-35 at close range and a shotgun.
I think he ate a bullet.
I think he ate a lot of bullets.
And Chris is gonna go look.
Yeah.
This is about to become Christina.
I think she's going to be the heroine. So I think she's.
I think she's on heroin, Matthew.
Do you think the ninja has some kind of spiritual thing?
What?
And he's gonna like.
The ninja has spiritual power.
He's gonna like shoot it into her.
Wait, that's a porn, Justin. That's a
this
porn.
This is just
you
like
saw.
Friday the 13th Part 9.
He's Corey Feldman
when he eats the
no, this is when
the
he eats
brain,
the heart.
The heart.
Yeah, he eats his heart. Why are you scared of that varmint?
Jackrabbit Slims.
Come on, let's go get a steak.
Hey, you knew what it was from. Good job.
You can get a steak here, Daddy.
Hey, don't be a rectangle.
Don't be a shape.
Hi.
Oh, why is he? She didn't do anything to him.
He killed a woman before, Matthew. Why not another?
He only killed one woman so far.
That's enough. I need to have sex before I die. Oh.
Justin, you might be right. This might be the thing where he's like trying to pass his ninja sperm to her.
The only reason why I'm saying that is because of the poster of the movie that I saw.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw the poster. It's the only thing I've seen of this movie.
Domination. Like who's the maybe the sword is
I don't want General Chushu's chicken.
The sword is keeping him alive?
Yeah,
you need rice.
Is power. You want white rice or the
broccoli? Szechuan sauce or duck sauce, possibly?
Duck sauce. First of all, fuck duck sauce. Duck sauce sucks.
It's gross.
Gross.
I never like duck sauce.
If you see an Asian covered in blood with a sword, don't get on your knees next to him.
No,
if he has eyeliner, he might be, a ally. You don't know.
An ally for us? Yeah, we need all the allies we can get.
It's true.
We need more allies.
Look into my eyes. What do you see? The cult of personality.
Yeah, look into my eye. Hey, he's passing out the beverage.
Now you are me.
Oh, now it's like It Follows.
It follows.
But with the ninja sword. That was
for some reason.
I
look like Sarah Connor at the end of Terminator 1.
Is that they hand their sword off to a lady.
Oh, God. She's reliving the opening scene.
She's reliving the hate crime.
How did I survive that?
I don't know. You must take revenge.
Is she a little Asian man stuck in a woman's body now?
It's
true. It's like Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
So it's Ken Jeong.
And Jamie Lee Curtis.
Trading Places and Freaky Friday and what is it called? Fantastic Voyage when they go inside the body or something like that.
Hey, is anybody concerned
Body
that
Wars?
This cop looks more like a pimp than a cop?
Would you shut up?
He's dressed for DJ. Don't you know the old story? You dress for the job that you want, not the job you're going to get.
That's true.
Come on,
bitch.
Man.
Shut up.
He wanted to be a pimp.
Get on that corner and make my motherfucking money.
He's kind of got like a little Sarah Connor.
I told you she looked like Sarah Connor in Terminator 1, bro.
Yeah, now she's like serious. Look at her. She's got arms like bigger than my arms.
It will not stop until you are turned into a ninja.
You're dead. They're all dead.
They're all dead. You know, everybody I think is gone.
These policemen are a little too happy with the fact that they just lost half their fucking
department. Like, hey, I guess I'm getting a promotion.
Hey, Bill, what's going on? Half the force got murdered this afternoon. What are you doing for lunch?
Oh, that's him. I think that's him. The Shadow Man is him.
Want to get some cocktails, maybe?
No, I don't. I hang out with guys who drink Diet Coke, not
casually
regular
walking by.
Coke.
You went to work. Half of your friends are dead. At least half. They're dead. They're not like wounded.
Man, maybe they were old. Maybe they were all in on it.
A helicopter crashed today.
Yeah, that was like half the police budget. You lost that fucking helicopter, you asshole.
I gotta arrest you for possession of a firearm.
She's still working? I thought she was gonna take the rest of the day off.
I think she's going home.
She works or lives in a factory.
She takes her work home with her.
What kind of whack game is that?
Oh, that game looks cool. It looks like Tapper, but not
restaurant eating.
It's
game?
called maybe it's called Restaurant Warrior.
Oh, hello.
She's the ultimate 80s girl.
dude. See,
She's
when
got
I-
the
when I
Nike
play vid-
Cortezes. I posit one of the greatest Nike shoes of all time.
And did they have fucking? Was that a football phone?
I think it was no, it wasn't. It wasn't.
I think it was a football phone.
I don't think it was a football phone.
I don't know. They got a lot of toys in this fucking place.
So, is this the roommate from
awesome.
Terminator 1?
Yeah.
Is this the Terminator 1 roommate right here?
Dude, I think we're watching. Yeah, we have a trend going on.
This is not the first movie that we saw ape Terminator 1, by the way.
No,
What was that movie called?
It's called Lady Terminator, I think.
Was it called Lady Terminator?
We did see Lady Terminator.
It was Lady Terminator.
Lady
This is
Terminator.
Oh no, she's gonna get.
Oh no! Don't touch my sword, lady.
She's gonna turn into the
She's
bad
gonna
girl.
turn into-
She's gonna have a flashback. PTSD.
Oh, Vietnam.
Where'd you get
flashback.
this at?
Hey, put the sword down.
I got it at Kmart. It was a blue light special.
Kmart.
Don't touch my sword,
Look at that
bitch.
very cool painting.
This is definitely 80s.
Oh yeah,
What's the name of that Jamie Lee Curtis, John Travolta movie?
blowout.
Nope.
No.
It's one word though.
Is it like Flex or something?
No,
like
it
that?
starts with a P.
Push.
No.
It's what I'm talking about. Where he's doing the little grinding
No.
and shit.
Yes.
Uh,
Fuck,
What's it
what
called?
movie is that?
That's what this looks like. But I there's Mark Hamill.
This is like a scene out of Toxic Avenger.
What's it called? Power.
Starts with a P. It will come to you.
Placenta?
Periscope.
Huh?
Up Periscope.
All right. Perfect.
Down. Perfect.
Okay.
That's what it is.
I remember these like the
And they're doing that like the
fitness.
legs, like
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was doing the little
Travolta's like putting his dick out.
putting his
Yeah.
dick out. Yeah, that's what I remember. Kids, back in the 80s, these classes were like everywhere.
Yeah, and these,
You could
these
not
classes,
get
no,
out of
these
it.
classes are back in vogue though.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What does
Go
that
to any
shirt
one of
say?
your gyms. I mean,
Not
go
for
to,
guys,
like,
though.
yeah, not for guys.
Not for
Well, I mean, they're for guys because they are for guys. Like
Is she
this guy.
teaching the class?
I think she is.
He's very good. Like he's getting.
So that's the cop that likes her.
Yeah.
Oh, is that him? He just
No.
he's out of uniform.
He's
today?
the John Travolta in
He's
the
technically
scene.
stalking her, but
Yeah.
you know he's a
Nothing
cop. He
wrong
doesn't
with
realize that.
Yeah, he's a good
But
cop.
he's a cop, Justin. He gets away with any crime. That's how.
Oh,
it
that's
works
right.
to be
That's
a
what how
police
cops
officer.
are.
He gets away with stalking.
He's having a heart attack and he's dying.
Ah, he's dead. There we go.
That would be something. You know, something you
I
don't see in a
killed
lot
a
of
cop
movies. It's
today.
like,
Hey, not the first cop she's gonna kill.
I know that ninja killed like 20 of them. earlier.
24 of them, actually.
It wasn't all 24, but he killed at least 20.
I mean,
You would call it a cop massacre.
those aren't rookie
It
numbers.
would really suck if this movie just continues to be just a bore fest after all that.
It
I have
turns
a feeling
it turns
we're not
into
gonna see
perfect.
much for a while. Now.
It's just
Now we gotta-
perfect.
It's just
Now,
perfect.
now we have to build a plot.
Yeah.
Do we?
I
All
mean, yes, because I want to know what's going on with these two.
How about 5 extra points?
Yes.
I just if there's a Garfield
If there's any
Like a
Garfield
subject- like a subject
memorabilia,
memorabilia somewhere,
is there a Garfield
like on a
memorabilia?
window, like stuck
He's
to
like, I
a
hate
like
Mondays.
a fucking car.
I hate Mondays.
If we
We see a bumper sticker that says "I hate
I
Mondays."
hate Mondays. I mean, that wall kind of looks like Garfield stripes, like yellow
little
and
Heathcliff,
brown and
little Heathcliff
orange,
action.
or candy corn. Either way,
Candy corn the movie.
Hey, somebody's getting raped in the corner. Can we just
Good old rape.
what's going on
little
here?
rape, little '80s rape, Matthew? What do you know about that?
I feel like we
Stop
watched a lot
raping
of movies
her,
in the
guys.
80s that had that.
Come on, what's with the rape, guys?
Come on, guys, chill out.
Who are you, the rape police?
What are you? What's wrong with you? You never seen a rape before?
What are you, anti-rape?
You don't like raping and stuff.
Come on, it's an alleyway. What are we
Come
supposed to do? We
on.
don't got any dice.
We built this
Freedom.
place
You
for
rape.
rape. Play.
You
Now we're
gotta
gonna
roll the
rape
bone
you.
Now
so
we're
I can
gonna
get a
rape you.
bone.
You took a fucking spot. Now you're
Well,
getting
everybody
raped. Hey.
watches, all right? Nobody's gonna do a thing with the
It's
rape.
about-
This is like
it's
a
about
pretty.
me,
This,
you,
is,
and the
this is like
rape
a very
corner.
public rape.
He sounds just like us. We're doing this.
Yeah.
in person.
How you doing
We're
over
doing a
here?
character.
Oh,
Hey, it's gonna be hard to rape with no cavity in my lung.
I don't have any fucking.
When I
penis
break your
left.
fucking
that-
neck.
Oh, look at this.
Hey,
She's
turtle
good.
wax.
Hey, is that Steve Carell? Oh,
Oh, see, that's a one-on-one fight right there.
It is a one-on-one fight.
Out of that.
Oh, I'm never gonna be able to rape again. By the way, cop watched the rape, didn't do anything about it. By the way,
No.
Yeah.
He's a shitty cop.
The cop loves this. He's like hard for it.
Mm-hmm. All right, excuse me. You're under arrest for assault and battery.
So you are the Asian man that we killed.
Yeah. Now we have to kill you. Oh, he did arrest her.
He
did do his job.
He's
Good
fake
job.
arresting her.
You're under arrest for not getting raped.
Hey, they got a car rig. That's a pretty good job.
That's gonna be my job later.
I'm gonna let the rapist. What kind of steering wheel is that? Looks like foam.
It's a cover. He has a cover on.
Yeah,
it,
he's
Justin.
got like
So he gets,
it's not even
he
the
keeps
full
the
around
wood
cover.
grain nice and perfect.
But
You
what
gotta
happens?
keep
You have the most
grain.
oil on your fingers, so he has it
Yeah.
around. His fingers are gonna get.
He's
all
a cop. His fingers are always covered in blood, bro.
Oh,
Come
that's true.
on.
And semen.
Come on. And
Yes.
semen. And semen, of course.
Blood and
blood,
semen.
semen.
Semen is at every crime scene. We know this.
Always.
Semen everywhere in this video. Right
Everywhere.
Yeah.
If CSI is to be imagined,
Tons of semen.
is everywhere.
And it might not be any of ours. So
Not certain.
There's so much semen in this commentary. You could say we are sailors.
It's
Ooh,
true.
you gotta get a little angry because I'm a cop. You don't gotta go out with me.
You're not putting out? Get out of my
I know,
fucking
it's
car.
like you're like, what the fuck? Usually that works every time.
He does the thing from Seinfeld. He took it out.
Took it out. He
Took what out? It out.
out.
Thought he's a
Seinfeld
cop.
rewatch in progress.
Suck my dick.
Rather.
Let's go
There's nothing
let's go
wrong
pick up a
with it.
Garfield memorabilia.
Yeah, if I see a
Yeah, where's the
Garfield, I'm looking for
Garfield
Garfield.
memorabilia?
I'm scanning for Garfield, by the way.
I hope we get some Garfield.
Please give me a
memorabilia. That'd be
Garfield.
Great.
Oh, I hate Mondays. I do.
I hate
Mondays.
lasagna.
I love lasagna.
Everybody in the 80s had that that painting behind him with the
Yeah.
girl with the
Oh, that
That's
glass.
just
one?
like worth money now.
It was different poses, but that was a famous.
That was the one.
Yeah. My mom had that.
Should have kept it.
Look, whoa! Oh, I thought that was Garfield.
The way she lives, it's almost like a mentally challenged kid's like, this is how my house is gonna look.
Yeah.
She lives like how
It's
Tom
funny,
Hanks
they,
lived in Big when he became
Yeah.
big.
Basically. So the name of that video game. She was
Whoa,
called
that's quick.
Well, let's see if we get the turnaround.
I've
Yeah,
never
turn
seen a
around.
woman.
Oh,
in
what a
panties
tease!
Why are you wearing a man's shirt?
This film is definitely not rated R for titties.
No. Well, R it doesn't start with T, so no.
I know, but there's got to be an R somewhere.
The game's
You know
called
what? You know what
Bouncer.
does start with R, Matthew?
Tiddlers.
Rape.
It does. But we haven't had that yet. We had abuse
Multiple,
of power.
uh,
This might be a disclosure moment here.
Disclosure?
Maybe he's not really wanting this.
Oh, this is a very uncomfortable couch.
She's raping
by the
him
way.
now.
She's
Yeah,
raping
maybe.
him.
Because I forget.
Oh, V8. It's a V8 commercial.
Ew, what the
oh,
fuck?
God, no.
what is this,
no.
9.5 weeks?
I'm not going to drink V8. That's
I think
disgusting.
he's a vampire.
V8's
He wants to be like a
disgusting.
vampire. What the fuck
That's
is going on
nasty.
here?
What the
Does
hell's
she-
happening?
Does she want? Hold
I don't
on.
know.
Is that helping lubricate?
I don't
But
know.
V8's gross. Why would
It's
you want to lick
fucking
V8 off of
terrible.
somebody?
I don't even know how
Oh,
that
she-
company's still around.
It'd be better if she had
thought-
like a wine or something.
I've never thought of
V8?
anything like that before. To like dump
Tomato
V8 on me
juice?
before I fuck.
Ew.
All right, I'm gonna do it tonight.
I'm
No,
not-
don't, Justin, don't do
Yeah,
it. Don't
get
do
Sam in here. I'm gonna ask her.
It.
Something.
No,
He just started pouring fucking tomato sauce all over.
Yes.
him.
Nothing.
The stupid
It's like
fucking
pouring-
Italians just started
You're
putting
pouring
her.
ketchup on your head. It's like,
Yeah.
what are you
Look at me, I'm
doing?
a fucking pasta.
And I'm like, that's too much acidity. I don't need that much
Oh,
acidity.
God.
Acidity.
V8? Ew.
Yeah,
Might as well be Zima or some nuts.
But it's
Hey,
really sweet.
Don't you?
bubbly.
All right.
Don't you? You know Zima's still around, like in
I know.
Yeah,
in
some
China or
places.
Japan or something.
In China.
that patented formula. Well, just
They
like,
love it
Asians,
still.
the Asians love Zima.
just like
man.
Kenny Rogers. Kenny Rogers lives
Chicken?
in Malaysia. Yes.
Really?
Kenny Rogers Roasters is still huge in Malaysia.
Hey, who put this fog machine in my closet?
It's Gozer.
Goes to the Gozerian.
Are you a
God.
God.
What about a ninja? Are you a ninja?
Are you a lineman?
Are you the lady in the white pajama?
Did you cover your neck with V8?
Oh, she's gonna get branded by this hot sword.
Branded by the light.
I'm just gonna hang out as the sword starts turning toward my face.
Yeah, maybe move back a little bit.
Maybe,
There you go.
but you know,
there you go.
this is your destiny.
I am the sword and the stone.
What do they do? A fish line there? Think that's fish line?
A little bit of fish line.
Maybe it's definitely not really good CG. It's old.
This is kind of like a He-Man I have the power moment. He's a really sound sleeper, that guy. The V8 puts you right out. I don't know if you guys ever had V8.
Get me started.
She kind of is wearing the Sigourney Weaver shirt from Ghostbusters at this moment.
Yeah, she kind of's got that Sigourney Weaver thing going on.
Yeah, she is.
Too bad you got a little George Costanza thing going on.
That's true. I mean, you can have a
Another
fucking...
Are you the
Seinfeld
key
reference.
master?
I am the gatekeeper.
Penis and vagina.
Sigourney Weaver fucked Rick Moranis in that movie. Nobody talks about that, but they fucked.
In what?
Ghostbusters. That's how they
do.
That's how they open the portal. They fuck.
Yeah, the key.
Oh my god, this guy.
Key master is the guy with the dick, and the gatekeeper is the one with the vagina.
Yeah.
You put the dick in the gate.
Oh,
Or the
baby,
key in
what
the
are you
gate,
doing
sorry,
with
not
the
the dick, the
sword?
gate.
You are
This
the
guy's got a-
hairiest man alive, bro.
Oof, I mean, I have hair. This
I have
guy's
hair
got
too.
fucking
But not on my
hair.
back. Not like that.
I mean, I even have a little hair on my shoulders, but this guy's got a fucking winter coat.
Yeah, he's got the
This
Costanza.
guy's making me itchy.
Yeah, man.
Pan
Pan
Am.
Am,
Oh man, what a
Brings it back, huh?
the
It
enemy of Howard Hughes.
is that Pan Am was?
Yeah, it
My
was.
Dude, my
Watch The
grandmother worked for
Aviator.
Pan Am's for almost 50 years.
Alan Alda was ally of Pan Am's owner, and they went against Howard Hughes because he was a competition.
Hey, good. Fuck Howard Hughes. Guess who's dead?
Both of them.
I thought the other guy was alive.
The owner of Pan Am, I'm pretty sure he's dead.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
Alan Alda?
Is it Alan Alda? He's still alive.
Alan Alda's character in the movie,
Oh.
he played a character, a real life character.
You were
I was
thinking.
I was like, Alan Alda's still alive.
No,
He's
Alan
hanging
Alda
on there.
was in the 50s. or
Barely,
something.
barely. As we made a point last month.
Last month.
Mm. Is that Asian Nick Fury?
Asian Nick Fury.
That's Harry Dick Fury.
No, the guy before he had an eye patch.
Maybe.
I think
I need a recruit.
He's.
Hey, remember when I shot
Oh
you
my
when you were
god!
a
I
man?
thought that was fucking. What's that? I thought it was Judd Hirsch.
I thought it was Judd Hirsch. I shot you, bitch.
That's Judd Hirsch.
Judd Hirsch shot you.
You should have told me I was meeting the president. I would have worn a tie. I look like a meal.
Like a schlemiel. Like a schlemiel.
Hey, baby.
That's your genius.
I was rewatching Independence Day the other
Great
day.
film.
and
Great
movie
film.
Resurgence.
Why does that movie hold up? Why does
First
it
off, Independence Day might be, and I'm not even joking here, a masterpiece. I'm not even joking. It's perfectly rewatchable. You can watch it from any point.
It's a fun film.
You could spin the wheel on like where you want to be in the movie and stop, and wherever it is,
Like,
go
oh, I'm gonna
finish
watch
it.
the rest of it.
I'm gonna watch the rest of this.
Goldblum
Welcome to
helps
Earth.
a lot.
Goldblum's awesome. Doesn't the president's wife die in that movie?
She has internal injuries or
He
something.
falls from a
Internal bleeding.
falls- a
Yeah.
helic- her
internal
plane
bleeding,
falls or
and the
something
president
like
gets very upset. And
She hangs out with a stripper.
He does hang out with a
And
stripper.
it's a 3-part movie too. It takes place on July 2nd, July 3rd, and July 4th.
And then it
there
has
are-
your favorite
There are segments.
your favorite actor of all times in that movie, Harvey Firestein.
He is. Oh, David. David. I'm gonna go home and watch some cable. Want to come and watch cable with me, David?
Oh crap!
Oh, I gotta call my mother.
I gotta call my father. I gotta call my
lawyer.
lawyer.
Screw my lawyer.
Screw my lawyer.
Wait, she's got a payphone in her
In her
room?
fucking
She
house.
stole it, Justin. I told you she
She
lives like
pays
Tom
to
But
Hanks.
she had a
phone
phone on the
calls in her
table.
house.
Wasn't there a phone on the table?
She
Yeah, but
needs
I
2
think she had to get
phones,
to this point in her-
Justin.
Very confused.
No, I think she's at the gym. No, she's at the gym right now, I think.
That's her
No,
apartment.
this
That's
is the
her
apartment.
That's her apartment. I told you she looks like Tom Hanks in Big.
See, if I was Harvey Firestein right now, I would say the last 2 words he says in Independence Day.
Oh crap!
Yep. Oh
No.
crap!
Crap!
Is that a real arcade machine bounce?
Bouncer.
I've never heard
It
of
looked
that
fun.
game
That looks like a very fun game that I would really like to play.
What's farting on her? So
Yeah, the bouncer.
Bouncer.
It should be called the Queefer.
Queefing.
we got you.
Queefing
Queefing
is
the
not
movie.
It's went from an action movie to a thriller, like a paranormal.
It's kind of like Videodrome a little bit.
I mean, what are you gonna do with
Videodrome.
ninjas? You know?
Oh wow, she's
Ooh.
now Kano from Mortal Kombat.
Oh,
wait.
no, she's being read by the bouncer.
You've been scanned by Bounce. You
You've
are
been
eligible
scanned.
for the discount.
You are not to be
Ruby
bounced.
Tuesdays.
You will not be bounced. You are safe and bouncing forever.
No bouncing for you.
This laser looks kind of cool. I would want to stand in this laser.
This is what Grok is going to turn into in about 2 years.
Yes.
Hey, Grok, how do I become a ninja? Hold on 1 second. Let me scan you.
I need to scan your body with all sorts of lights.
Need to scan you a little bit.
Scan you.
It's not a dream sequence. This is really happening.
No,
of course, Milton.
Yeah.
Sometimes when movies do this shit, it gets a little confusing.
Did you forget about me, your magic sword?
I am your sword.
Oh, come to me. I kind of look like a lightsaber in this light.
She keeps trying to put it away. She's like, this is your destiny.
Don't run from me.
Just grab the sword and be
Take your hands on me. Grab
person.
my long member in your hands and hold me close.
Hold me close.
I can feel the power.
Oh, power.
Coursing through your veins.
Power.
See, that's the Sigourney Weaver makeup from Ghostbusters right there.
Yeah.
She's Asian now. This is how Asians are made?
Yes.
Yes. Just on this, at least in the movies.
I mean, I've been to Tijuana.
Are you the sword swallower?
I am the. I don't even know what else.
I am the gate. I am the gatekeeper. I am the gape creeper.
I'm the gape creeper.
She's going to the little dugout. Huh?
She's going to the nappy dugout.
The little nappy.
She's going to the cave, which I think this is the same cave where
this is the cave from the beginning. Yeah. So she's going to kill 50 cops?
No, this is the cave from Star Wars.
With Darth Vader, fake Darth Vader?
With what do you call
Dagobah with Yoda goes.
Yeah.
Leave your weapons; they will do you no good. Or whatever.
Was that filmed in Arizona?
No. What's the famous place in California where they filmed a shit ton of
Star Wars
stuff out in the desert?
Joshua Tree,
Death Valley.
It's not Death Valley, but it's
Joshua Tree.
Series of caves.
I don't think Star Wars.
That was Tunisia. Star Wars.
You talking about Star Wars films in California?
Well, no, just in general. It might not be Star Wars, but there's a bunch of other movies that have filmed in the same area where there's a bunch of caves kind of in the desert and stuff like that.
I don't know.
I think
this is Arizona. I know that.
Well, they have palm trees. I thought there was in California.
But I got palm trees.
Well,
it was going down like a boulevard or something.
Yeah. They're not. A lot of palm trees, even here where I'm at, are not native palm trees from this area. There's only one native palm tree in the desert, which I can get into that if you'd like. It's called the Washington Philophera palm tree.
Oh,
or the desert fan palm.
We're learning something on the spot.
It's actually part of the grass family, by the way.
Oh,
look at that!
Look at that!
It lives 100 years to 110 years.
Okay,
They're pretty much indestructible unless you cut the top off. Then you pretty much kill the damn fucker.
Okay, well, note to self.
I live right down the street from the world's largest collection of Washington Philophera.
Why is she doing this guy?
He shot her. Remember, she had a dream about Judd.
Oh, this is
revenge. This is the revenge part.
Yeah,
this is Judd Hirsch. Okay,
Judd Hirsch is about to get fucked.
He's like, "You'll be dead if it wasn't for my David."
David.
I don't know how Judge Hirsch is still alive.
Oh, wait.
Whoa. Oh, she missed.
This guy really lives in a shitty home, doesn't he?
But he does have. I mean, honestly, he's got a pool table with a pool light. That's
kind of looks like the house from People Under the Stairs. Oh wow!
Oh wow!
That's harder than the golf ball.
That's better. Yeah, the golf ball was bullshit.
Yeah.
Please.
Oh wow! Joker
shut
smile.
The fuck up.
You got a Joker smile. When I got these scars.
So this spirit just takes you over.
The spirit takes you over and becomes the ninja.
It's got a long memory, that spirit.
Well, I guess this guy, dead.
I don't know. He's just got a Joker smile. I'm not sure if he.
No, the cops are showing up there. It's like
he's dead.
He's in the white sheet.
Well, thank you, movie, for proving that he's dead.
Yeah, Ice Spice is taking him away. It's fine.
Thank you, Ice Spice.
Thanks, Ice Spice.
That's a reference I get.
See, even Justin gets it, and Justin doesn't get anything past 1998.
1997. Yeah. Why the fuck am I in this movie?
Have you ever like been like in a police crowd where you want to stand?
No, I always wanted to be.
What's going on.
I would love that.
I've never had the.
I don't think it's
opportunity.
possible. You think this guy just went to CVS?
I've been in a couple, but not that close.
Wait, what? A couple?
A couple.
How many have you been a part of?
Plenty. Enough.
Did you start it?
No.
Enough to know.
They do
that
say usually the murderer is in the audience.
Yeah, it is a lot.
Hey,
They
look,
want to see their.
look
They
at
want to see
that,
their.
voltage crystals.
Yeah.
When you wake up in the morning with a hairball
look,
from your chest.
Another woke movie reference, a rainbow flag on a refrigerator.
Oh, there is?
Nice,
It's a rainbow. What?
Look, nice job, woke movie.
I know we see the rainbow, but this guy also does not need to wear a shirt.
Ever.
He has a shirt. He's got a natural shirt.
Rough sex or the fight you got into with two guys the other day?
Maybe.
Where do you think he puts deodorant on? The whole body?
He just dipped.
He jumps into the bar.
He has a vat of deodorant.
This is more hair fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
Shouldn't they get deodorant?
Maybe.
Maybe he's got the natural of like, when you have so much hair, you don't really smell. Maybe.
I don't know. I've heard of it, but
yeah,
has it scientifically been proven?
Talk to Canon Films. Talk to Globus.
Talk to Robin Williams.
What a weird office. It's like big clock, duck.
Big clock, duck, and like, oh, here's your brain scan.
By the way, you have cancer. And AIDS, inexplicably. I don't know how that happened.
By the way, how's my weird tie?
It's kind of like a cravat mixed
I've
with
never seen a fucking
ascot.
doctor dress that way. If I walked into a doctor's office, they were dressed that way, it's like, is anybody else here?
She's about to give you peanuts in a plane or something.
Yeah. Your brain does resemble a little Asian man.
Like, you can exit this way, or
your cancer is this way and that way.
There were 6 exits on this life.
Your cancer is going this way and it's going this way.
Cancer, colon cancer.
Remember to connect your cancer and put it in the. Your cancer will become a flotation device. Oh, look at it. It's Barney Miller.
Yeah, about to say. He's taking 2 chicks with her.
Chris Parnell's helping her.
Hey, I'm Dr. Spashemin. I'm Officer Spashemin. How can I help you?
Please. Now she's dressed like Sigourney Weaver in Aliens?
Yeah, now she's about to, she's like, get away from her, you bitch.
She's got the Linda Hamilton hair.
Oh, the Mill Avenue Jewelers, man, they have top. We
were just talking about this earlier.
International
Spa. Little happy endings going on.
The health resort.
It's a health resort.
Yeah, sure. Somebody's gonna die in this.
I'm sure there's some healthy stuff going on in there.
Healthy sex.
Maybe. If we're lucky.
Ooh la la.
Knock knock.
Nah. I'll get it.
Pardon me.
I'm surprised they're not naked in the hot tub with them.
Excuse me. And we're trying to get a 4-way going.
It's not really how that goes, but.
Yeah, that's not. It's like you have to bring your own towel to the hot.
Just drop a toaster in there. You get the job done. No sword required.
She's gonna show off what she's got.
Maybe we might get something here.
Hello.
No, what a tease. Oh, let's see.
No.
Well,
close.
They all have to be fully clothed for the hot tub.
It's a spa.
It's a spa.
She's wearing more. She's wearing a full one piece. They're wearing 2 pieces, aren't they?
Yeah, that's why they're pissed off. They're like, "What the hell kind of place? You're supposed to wear 2 pieces here." You see,
she's
got a 1 piece on. That one's got a 1 piece on.
It turned into Splice. Remember Splice? Not Splice. Species.
Species.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get the tongue in the back of the head.
Ooh.
I never saw anything past Species 1.
You can stop.
I've done a day where I watched them all, and you're not missing anything.
I remember watching Species and being like, "Man, this movie's actually really cool. I like this movie a lot."
That girl looks like Cheryl Hine, by the way.
Kind of.
what are
Oh
you talking
fuck, that's
about?
even worse. Oh
Oh
my,
no, man.
oh my god,
You can kill everybody in this.
Garrett,
Hey, no
Three.
witnesses.
Garrett over there.
They didn't
Facts
do
of
anything.
life.
They didn't kill the. They didn't kill the ninja.
They're witnesses, Matthew.
There they are.
Ninja
Ninjas
vanish.
don't live. Witnesses.
Damn, she killed that other girl worse. She
I
got
know.
the,
He got
the
garrowed.
He got it.
no,
The
the girl
best.
with the ring was drug across her throat. That's
the
even
whole
worse
thing.
than what he got.
It looked like the ring was across her chest. I didn't think that was really going to be a kill, honestly. But
Remember, it's poison, so it's like a lot of poison.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, he knows. He's going to lick it. That's
He's gonna
why.
lick it. Oh, it tastes like poison.
He's gonna smell it now.
2 days.
No, he's going to lick it. Lick it.
He's-
lick it.
He's
Lick
he's Alfred
Damn it.
Molina
I think he's gonna lick it.
Indiana
Is that
Jones.
eye patch the Blade's guard?
Oh, he
I
he
think
has
about
to
that.
take the sword in the eye in order to.
It kind of looks like it might be the
mystery?
guard out on a sword.
Got your dog food here, but you don't have a dog, so now she's dressed like Sigourney Weaver and Alien at the end with the panties.
Hey, she's getting ready for the next battle.
Christy, why won't you hear me? You got the music loud and you're in your own room working out.
So the plot at the end of this movie is that she's gonna figure out that this guy was the guy whose face you couldn't see who made the final shot against the ninja. Right?
Really? You guys want to see how to be?
Yeah. Well, they kind of they teased it kind of a little
They've
bit
alluded
earlier,
to
I
it a little
feel.
bit?
Yeah.
Gonna have a conflict.
Yeah. She's like,
She's gonna
"You'll kill-
hesitate.
Will
She's gonna go,
love overpower?
Let's see.
I
If you be
have
overpowered
to kill,
by
I
love,
must kill the queen, and then she's gonna stop.
kill the queen.
Queen of England. Naked gun.
Yeah.
Every joke from that new one is just not landing with me.
Really?
I told you, man, that movie comes out. That's what, August 1st? Something like that,
so, yeah.
August. I'm going to get fucking high and I'm going to go to the movie theater and I am probably going to laugh my ass off.
I
I
guarantee.
hope so. I hope so.
Me too.
Maybe the jokes aren't landing in the trailer, but like in the context of the entire movie, like
I hope.
I think
Or
maybe, like,
it is the worst thing possible
you're
because
just gonna
no
do a
one
lot
asked
of-
for it. I would rather the theater just like replay the three, just play them, or even play the series. It'd be cool to see because like the series, like each episode is like 20 something minutes. It'd
Yeah.
be cool if they did like, they do like the older movies in the theater. Man, Naked
do a
Gun would be
Fathom event.
fun to watch in the theater.
Yeah.
do like the best of Police Squad, and then you watch
Yeah,
all three movies.
Because
and
there's a
leads
couple
right
episodes of
into-
Police Squad that it's like, it's the same joke over and over
Yeah.
again. But like even like just the first episode where it was like the I don't know if you've ever seen Police Squad but the first episode like the girl like kills the guy for his money and she owes money to her dentist and it's just like the funny line. It's like, oh, come on, whatever her name is, like Mary. First it's retainers and then what else is going to be next? And it's just hilarious. And I would love for them to play something like that in the theater.
I don't think they're witty enough.
But now these days,
Yeah.
probably not. No.
The clip I saw was not witty. That's a lot of money he just gave him.
Yeah. This is what's his name?
Is that
It's not him, is it?
Big Trouble in Little China? Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
him.
Is it
That's
him?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's got to be him.
And this isn't even me being racist. This is me being
No, I think that's
factual.
the actor,
We
Gordon.
all agree on this.
Gordon Hung is that his name? Is
I don't
Gordon
know what the hell
Hahn?
is this? Like,
So
now
wait,
you get it,
he
this.
Chastity belt's not really necessary. I already fucked her. You have HIV, honey.
he just assumes there's a spirit living inside of her.
I don't
Something
know.
with
Man. I haven't really been paying attention to this movie.
He's trying to
Um,
help her get the.
So he
Sure, I
knows
like
he knows there's a ninja spirit in
No,
it?
I don't think he knows.
She keeps
That's-
blanking out. She keeps losing track of time and where she is. Kind of like a werewolf
Oh,
situation.
okay. Got
I
it.
just assumed this would be the way to go, which
Yeah. He was
okay.
into just a little bit of light, Just chain you up in this weird Asian dungeon and see
What is the name of the guy?
what's
What is the
going
name
on?
of the guy from Big Trouble? Is it Gordon something? Gordon?
Gordon Gecko?
No.
Gordon Lightfoot.
Gordon Lightfoot?
His name is
Gordon Ramsay?
Gordon.
James Hong. David Lopan. James
Okay,
Hong.
we weren't even close. But it's him,
Sorry.
right?
Yeah. Well, let me
Yeah.
check if it's him. Let me see if it's him.
It's him. Give me a break here. Come on.
I mean, he has a lot of movies, this guy, so it's gonna be hard to.
Got a big old
Nail
motherfucking
it.
mole on his mouth. It was
Yeah.
fucking.
Giant mole. Oh, he's gonna try and smoke out the spirit.
He's in The Day the Earth Stood Still remake. Where?
Really? He probably had a very.
You
he was
saw
probably-
that movie?
I did see that movie.
When?
Keanu Reeves is in that movie.
Was he like the Japanese like magistrate or like
Maybe
Chinese prime minister or something?
I only seen it once. I don't remember him in it. He could.
It does
very
look
well
like
been.
him, though. I will say that.
So,
I'm
what year
gonna
was this
beat this-
movie? What year is this movie?
This is
84.
84.
I'm going down.
Big Trouble in Little China was what, 85?
I think so.
Yes, I believe you're right. 85.
So Big Trouble in Little China was like practically his big break.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's like,
Not
"Oh,
really. Again, this guy has a shitload of movies. That is him. He is called the Miyashima. So we weren't
Miyashima.
racist.
There you
Miyashima.
go.
We were
Come
not
on.
racist. That was James
We
Hong
know our Asians, okay?
from Big Trouble in Little China. That is him.
Your mother sucks cocks in hell.
He's been the same age for
Forever.
70 years.
He's dead, isn't he?
No, he's still alive.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, the good diet, being Asian, that's where it's at.
He was born in 1929, by the way.
He's closing on that 100.
Yeah, man.
Does it make you want to be with her anymore? He just runs out.
Yeah, but when you see this, no.
He's like, well,
No.
fuck this shit.
I just spit steam on you.
Damn. Now she's Linda Blair. This is an Exorcist meets Revenge of the Ninja.
You finish it.
Finish him.
He's
Finish
like, let's
her.
fucking stop.
Yeah.
Fuck
It's
this
like,
bitch.
all right.
Like,
I-
look,
this
this
was
is
all
break up
fake.
with her.
I didn't
It's
realize
all
this was going to be
fine.
real.
this is turning me
Yeah.
on, but we have to stop.
Yeah, we got to stop. Your mother sucks ninja swords in hell.
Yeah.
Ah.
Your mother shoryukens my cock in
There's
hell.
masturbating with a sword.
When did Exorcist come out? This is what they're referencing here.
Exorcist is
Oh.
1974,
Yeah.
75.
10-year anniversary of Exorcist. They decided to put a little Exorcist in it.
No, she is my girl.
Whoops.
How did you not know this was going to happen?
Well,
I
I
don't-
think he thought his girlfriend was Beelzebub. So, oh wow, I think he was gonna choke her
I thought
out.
he was going to kill her.
Dude, that would have been great.
I was
Like,
gonna
I'm going
choke her
to
out.
literally just choke you to death.
Don't worry, I'm a cop. I can do this.
I can do
Yes.
this. It's fine.
Oh.
Also, it's very hard to work the white tie in a casual manner.
I kind of like the look.
I don't know.
It's not bothering me until you brought it up.
A little weird. Oh, James Hong's about to James die.
Yeah. He's about to get James Bonded.
Is this what they call Gangnam Style, or what would you?
It's called a gangbang style, first of all.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, what are we
Oh,
watching?
what a fun ride.
I used to do this in gym class.
Yeah, look at that. Tumbling.
I'm
Speaking of
okay.
gym class, have either one of you guys ever been to a trampoline park?
Always wanted to.
Yeah. Oh, it is something else. It
Is she
will
gonna
wear
stick a
you out.
sword up her vagina like Linda Blair did across?
No, she didn't get around to it.
My question is, how do they know she's not faking that it's done?
Yeah.
They don't.
I'd be like, leave this bitch like
Yeah.
this
The
for
big
the next
giveaway-
week.
Yeah, the big
Let's
giveaway
hold
is
her
like,
right. I'm gonna go get my gun.
I'll get some
I'll be right back.
sandwiches.
Shrouded
We'll
in
fucking
green.
just let this be for a while.
Just shoot her in the head, man. Let's get this.
I know a
done.
great sandwich place down the street. They got great
man.
salt and vinegar chips that we can grab. You
Her
know,
roommate looks
Yeah.
just like her. Blast this bitch and go.
That's
to
the whole
next one,
thing.
bro.
He only just met her. This
Yeah,
isn't like
man.
a
yeah, you can get out of
You
this
already
relationship.
hit. You don't even need to be hanging
I'd
out.
be like,
long
fuck
term.
this. I'm leaving. I'm
Get
done.
out of here.
You should know this.
Why
is
is it
not
gotta
going
be
to
a black ninja? You
I don't know,
racist.
man. I didn't write this
Black.
movie.
Racist.
Black Ninja?
And you didn't even say black right.
Well, he
Blah.
can't help himself. What do
Blah,
you
blah,
want?
blah. Ninja.
It's Christmas story, fa la 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 la, all over again.
Was that the sequel to Christmas Story? Fa la
Rah,
la
rah, rah,
la
rah, rah.
la. Rah 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 rah.
That's from the movie Christmas Story, kids. I'm not making it up.
Can't make that movie no more.
No. You got something on your face.
It's
Did you
weird
know
that they put that on his face. Like it doesn't. You don't need it. It's not on him in
No.
real life.
That's not
Yeah,
his. Okay,
that's not his. Unless he
well,
had it removed or something.
well,
That's
yeah,
not
that's
his.
good.
unless
They're going to the X-ray store. To
Hey,
get rid
welcome
of
to
it.
X-rays. I'm John here. I work.
This is where you get all your X-rays that you need, all the good X-rays, all the bad X-rays, whatever X-ray you need.
Hey,
Who's
buddy,
trying?
we can see it. It's broad daylight, and you're wearing black in a green forest. You're not.
Buy 2 get 3 free.
I do.
I don't know how we make a profit.
Oh, now he's gonna go.
Did that drum just talk to me? I'm gonna shoot it.
That drum got a hot girl on it.
Why?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh no, it's toxic chemicals.
that was
Now he's turning into super cop.
One-on-one fight.
ow!
It's another one-on-one fight.
Oh no!
Oh, into the garbage you go.
Taking out the trash.
Where
Get
you
out
belong.
the trash. Hey, let's go. Or I think he's gonna open the door.
I thought he was going to pull the fire hydrant, the fire alarm.
I always
So
wanted to
push
do
it.
this.
Again, broad daylight, man. You're not really stealthy. Everybody can see you.
Well, nobody works at the X-ray store.
Just a guy right there.
Told you.
Well,
Oh god, unlimited cops are coming.
Oh
like
no, the cop army.
There's been quite a few. Hey, there's 3 one-on-one fights in
A
just
large
in this one
police force.
scene.
Hey,
You guys
excuse
got
me,
a corpse to fuck.
What do you
excuse
want?
me, is that Donnie Yen?
It
What
could
a
be.
Donnie Yen look.
I don't speak Asian.
I don't speak Asian, bro.
I
I don't know what
speak
you want me to do.
Yeah.
What's up, man? How
I
can
hope-
I help you?
I hope these guys aren't able to fight this guy.
Boom, he's gonna hit him with their heads.
Yeah, clunk. Ah, classic.
Who is this guy? Because he looks very familiar.
He's the 4th musketeer.
No.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't
Oh,
know,
I know
man.
who he is. He's the 4th stooge.
No.
He's curly.
Don't say
Yo.
the 5th Beatle either, you son of a bitch.
No, I would have said the 6th Beatle.
Okay.
Yeah, there's been a lot of Beatles. Oh no! This guy comes from like the past, like John Connor.
Yeah. So that's him.
He's like
That's the
John
guy,
Connor.
right?
Yeah, in the eye, bitch.
Oh, that's how he lost his eye.
Yeah.
Aha,
His name
he
is-
laughs.
His name is Sho Kasugi. He's 77 years old. He's born 1948.
No, he was very young when this movie came out.
He was in Enter the Ninja, by the way.
Oh well, get ready.
That guy
You're
was?
doing all the
Yeah, he was
connections.
also in Ninja Assassin that came out 2009. I saw that movie.
Oh yeah,
He was in the movie we just watched.
Yeah, he was.
He was in Enter the Ninja.
He
Man,
was. He was in Black Eagle with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
oh,
Who was he in the Enter the Ninja?
Hold on,
Was he
let me
the
go back.
the bad guy, the guy that he went after?
He played the
Maybe.
role of
Like it's the final.
Hasegawa.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I
Hasegawa.
can't really remember.
Literally
He was
watched
in-
it a month ago.
I can't remember.
Hey,
He
you
was
know, a
He
lot
was
of
in
things
Blind
happen.
Fury with Rutger Hauer. He was
Oh,
in
great movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Bruce Lee Fights Back with Bruce Lee. He was also on the Bad News Bears. Go to
really?
Japan. Yeah, he was in that.
She's got a little- she's got a little rogue.
Here's
Got a little
here's
rogue
the
thing going.
He was also in a little film. I don't know if you guys have heard of it called The Godfather. I don't know if you've seen it, but he was in that as well.
Nah,
Who
never
do you
heard of it.
play? Asian guy?
It says here Asian guy, Matthew. We're good call.
Does it?
No, I just made that up.
Asian guy 2.
Asian gentleman.
He was in The Godfather, but I don't know who he's playing. That's Ernie Hudson.
That's racist.
No, that's
That's Pickwick.
That's Donnie Bosco.
Donnie Bosco. Donnie Bosco.
You're really covering all your
You are.
ethnicities
You're
right
doing
now.
great.
You got a Mexican, you got a black guy, you got a white guy, and you got
DEI
got Rogue.
assassin.
There's a lot
Ninja
of diversity
DEI
going on in
3.
the scene.
Yeah.
Pickwick.
we're gonna go pick up a burrito if you want one.
I'm still looking for Garfield right now.
I'm gonna go get fried chicken. See what they did? See what they did?
Mm.
Yeah,
I didn't say that.
What? Oh, no.
The
Oh,
dialogue.
look at that set, by the
because
way.
it's like a secret, like racist type thing going on.
This is clearly a set. Blown out windows.
Come on.
Come on, I would
come
never
on.
say that. Oh no! You know it's bad news when
There we go.
Oh,
you know it's
shit.
bad news when the stolen thing from the top of buildings is in your house.
Poltergeist.
Is that a yogurt machine that she had?
I think that was a yogurt machine.
She has everything. This is like
It's so much shit.
yeah.
It's
I
the
feel
same
like
noise from Ghostbusters with the
Yeah.
refrigerator and the eggs on the counter.
Why
this
does
is a
she
weird
have
thing.
the exhaust?
For some reason, this apartment reminds me of like the B-52s.
Oh
For
yeah,
no particular reason, but I feel like this would be where the B-52s live.
I'd buy that
It-
for $1.
Yeah.
It looks like the beginning of the Take On Me video.
Yeah. He's got,
It does.
She's
It does like a
drawn that
beginning
guy,
of
you know?
a music video.
Whatever happened to her?
The Take On girl
Yeah, her.
or her?
Her. What happened
Or
to her? What happened to her? She turns into her.
Is anybody concerned she's just like Robin Williams from Mork and Mindy? Or
Oh,
No. Zulu.
I know there's a
No, not
fucking
Zulu.
Garfield.
There's
Something.
a Garfield
That looks
somewhere
like
in
a
his fucking
Garfield thing
apartment.
right there.
It's
That
somewhere
looks
in her
That's
apartment.
like
I swear to
suction
God.
cup thing. Nanu
Something.
nanu.
Linda Blair keeps crank calling.
Sounds
I don't
pretty
know why.
fun, doesn't it? Doesn't it sound pretty
Yeah.
cool?
It sounds like a cool house. I would live in this house if it made noise like
I would
this.
never live in this house.
Okay, that's all you had to say.
You don't want to live in a haunted ninja house?
No, I'm good.
Oh,
Pass. Hard pass.
really? I think would up the resale value of this studio apartment.
I think you got to put that on the
Also
insurance.
possessed by killer ninja.
I've got a great apartment for you. It's 2,500 square feet, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It was possessed by a ninja. I'm just
I do
gonna
have to
put it out
say.
there.
A
I have
killer
to tell
ninja.
you.
But
it was-
Killer
it was-
ninja.
It was a good ninja.
It was a good ninja, but he did kill
Yeah.
a couple cops.
All
This
right.
isn't
How many-
even like a fixer
maybe
upper,
not the greatest.
fully equipped. You know,
How many
fully
cops did he
furnished.
kill? About 55.
And he's working on.
I'm gonna
56.
dance my pain
I'm gonna
away.
dance my problems.
It's
away.
take on me. Take
On
on me.
Take
We're
on
gonna get
take
caught.
me.
Oh, dude, that spirit's a dick. You know how much money that stereo system cost back then?
Shut that
God.
stupid
What
stereo
a
up.
dick.
Fucking stupid ass.
This
music.
fucking ninja knows no. Oh, this
Oh,
is
Rose can't get the fuck out of
Ghostbusters.
there.
This is literally Ghostbusters. She's gonna get sucked
We
into
are
the
ready
closet.
to believe you, unless you have a ninja
Yeah.
in your apartment.
Yes, Mom, I have a date.
Oh, that
Oh,
was
he's a
cool.
Ghostbuster.
I've knocked her up with about 13 cc's of
Love to
Thorazine.
dad,
She'll be
but, you know.
sleeping for a little while. Whee! This
Are
is
you the-
Ghostbusters.
Are you
This
the
is a
gate
Ghostbusters
creeper?
scene. Are you the keymaster? This is Ghostbusters.
This is Ghostbusters.
It's
Is
straight
he
up
gonna-
Ghostbusters.
Oh my god, is he gonna show up and get possessed by
Oh, she's gonna be wearing the
a
dress.
ninja too?
Oh, are you
No, he
ready to
might
get
be-
fucked by a
no.
ninja?
Oh, he's going to
Glendale Memorial
Oh,
Park.
hey, look, Glendale Memorial Park. He's finding a grave
of a ninja?
somebody going
To
on.
piss on.
I
I know to get rid of the spirit. I must piss on the body.
Like
I spit on your grave? No. I
it's
piss
gonna be
on
like
your
Tales
grave.
from the Hood when he
Mhm.
pisses on the guy's.
You know who the
grave.
lady is on that
Sorry.
that poster? I spit on the original. I spit on
You
your
told
grave.
me this
Demi
before
Moore.
and I forgot. Demi,
Demi
Moore,
Moore.
right? Yeah.
We know
Recognize that
this,
ass in-
man.
And you
I
know
know that
whose
ass in my-
hands is an American Beauty on the poster?
No, I
Quentin
know
Tarantino.
She was in Mad Men.
that. Christmas Jones. Christmas Jones.
January Jones.
No,
Christmas.
think
Jones.
bigger.
I thought Christmas
Oh,
when he came.
not Jessica Chastain.
Oh,
Hendrix.
John
Yeah.
Hamm.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say John Hamm.
Do you know who the hands are strangling Diana Kruger in Inglourious Bastards?
Tarantino.
Tarantino.
Yes, Tarantino, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at us, full of trivia.
Hey, you learned something,
I
kids.
know some
I know,
stuff. I
you don't have to
Wow,
watch
look
this
how
fucking
times have
movie.
changed, huh?
Now you're learning stuff.
You
from
see that?
us.
It's kind of dressed like
Looks
Bruce
like a
Banner.
This is
Walmart
what-
funeral.
This is why we make the big bucks.
It's a little Bruce Banner look going on with this guy.
You're not gonna like me when I'm
Little
angry.
Little Bruce
That's my
Banner.
secret, Captain. I'm always fucking
I'm always
ninja
going to
possessed women.
funerals. So in Incredible Hulk, you have Bruce Banner, but then you also had what Bruce Bixby, right?
Bill Bixby.
Bill Bixby. He was the other Hulk, right?
He was the other BB.
He was David Banner.
He was Dave. Oh, like the rapper.
Yeah, sure.
So how is he related to Bruce Banner, like his brother?
I think they didn't want to use the name Bruce Banner, so they went with David Banner. I think that's all it was.
But he's
Yeah, I think it was a copy.
though.
It was copy. I think it was like a copyright kind of
I'm very
rights
confused.
issue or something.
Was it still the Incredible Hulk, like the
Yeah,
TV
yeah.
show?
It was, yeah. It was
But
just
it
David
was-
Banner. Yeah.
That's weird. It was still a Marvel show.
Oh, you
I
know
think
what?
it-
It
I
might have
think
been
it was a
because of
rights
Bruce
issue.
Wayne. They probably wanted to feel different. Maybe it was like
Oh, maybe.
Mm.
Yeah, 'cause
I'll
it-
ask Grok why they called him David Banner instead of
Yeah,
Bruce
why
Banner.
David
SAI.
It's like, do you like David Banner? Do you like? Oh, dead as fuck.
Oh my god.
That's not like killing a person at a
He's
funeral.
on their grave. Killed them on another
It's
grave.
convenient. Oh, that guy. No, that guy.
Is it the Joker?
Yeah. Jesus,
Well, they don't know where she's in a tree.
shooting a very white arrow. Oh, and then
Ooh, right in the neck.
no, he ain't gonna make it. That's
He did.
That guy's not gonna make it.
It would have been cool if she shot him in the mouth because he always had like a cigar
Oh,
in his
cigar,
mouth.
Shot,
like
yeah,
suck on
that'd be
this.
cool.
Yeah. I'll tell you this much: this movie doesn't give really a fuck about killing cops.
It's very anti-cop.
Yeah. Oh, in the fucking
David
Uh,
Banner for the television series. What change was made according to Johnson because he did not want the series to be perceived as a comic book series. So he
What?
wanted to change
Yeah, they were
what he
going
thought
serious.
was a staple of comics, which was alliterative names. So it's David Banner's.
Oh, so there was really no reason, but they wanted it to be taken serious.
yeah.
Yeah,
but
with
he
a big
was-
green Lou Ferrigno running around
Yeah,
killing people.
but I'm about to say he was still the Incredible Hulk,
Let's
right?
beat
Yeah,
that
yeah.
thing to death.
This isn't like alliterative
Whoa.
names. Wow.
That's a good
Oh
stunt.
wow. That was a great stunt.
Yeah, that was a dangerous stunt.
Is she gonna die the same way and give pass
Well,
on
it's,
the
it's
ninja?
going to be what Matt was saying, like the last cop that's going to be. She's probably going to kill them all, but then
Yeah.
there's going to be an
Either
opportunity
or-
where her boyfriend.
Yeah,
That was either a really shitty tombstone or a really strong nightstick.
Yeah, the nightstick
The-
thing's stupid. They should
yeah.
have just
Why
shot.
why don't you have a gun?
Yeah, where are your guns at, guys? The other cops had guns. They made it.
Are they trying to be peaceful about this?
I don't think so.
Oof.
Whee!
Oh, dude,
again,
the-
weak tombstone.
See, that would kill most.
Here we
people.
go. Here we go.
Finally, they're bringing out what needs to be done. Like, let's get this little fucker.
You should really work at night, Ninja. That's how ninjas usually operate at night.
Yeah, this is. I mean, I guess her clothing looks like the tree, maybe. So he's
But at night,
kind of
you didn't have to
hidden.
look like anything.
Well,
They wouldn't be able to see you.
well, DJ, nobody has funerals at night. Okay.
What?
When's the last time? When's the last time you've been to a night funeral?
Yesterday.
Liar.
Yeah.
Oh, Ninja vanish. He's not falling for that garbage. He's like,
Ain't falling for that. I was in The
bitch,
Godfather,
please.
you son of a bitch.
yeah, I was Asian gentleman.
Asian man talking to Marlon Brando.
Yeah. I guarantee it. Like he was probably like a guy running a fruit stand, not being racist
Probably.
at all, but like
He handed the
a
oranges
fruit
to Marlon
stand
Brando.
guy.
He
in
handed
New
the
York.
oranges to Marlon Brando. I
He handed the
guarantee it.
or-
Guarantee it. I'm almost gonna look it up.
That's
now,
just
'cause I
how
wanna
it is,
know.
people. You just
I
have to
wanna
fucking
know.
face it.
I want to know what he did.
He's gonna be
I'd
orange
rather-
salesman.
Orange
Really?
salesman, hospital attendee.
So this is a one-on-one fight too. So
Yeah, this is a one-on-one.
yeah, there's still a good amount of time left in this movie too.
Yeah,
I
it
just
does.
think.
Kind of went by fast.
Yeah, and this isn't like a long movie. This is an hour and 33 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, this is like Home Alone too now.
It's like Home Alone Lost in New York.
That
You had enough? Are you thirsty for more?
was the first one. First of all, DJ.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. The second one had
DJ's
Donald
favorite
Trump.
movies, by the way.
I apparently love
His
those
favorite.
movies. Apparently,
And Donald Trump was telling Kevin the right way to get to Epstein Island.
never happened.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
Never met him.
Never met him.
Never
met
seen him. Never talked to him.
What was the name of the guy again? What was the name of this guy?
With the Asian guy?
Because there's a guy named Conrad Yama who's called fruit vendor.
Oof. Food vendor?
Yeah.
I get fruit vendor or food vendor.
Hold on.
Oof. Yeah, the piece of wood gets stuck on.
That sucks.
He's gonna get a splinter and tetanus.
I gotta look up his name again.
Oh, she's got
wow.
She's got like all the hidden tricks in this.
Yeah, this is a brutal fight, by the way.
Yeah, I like it. Maybe this is gonna be the whole end of the movie. Just them fighting for like 20-something minutes.
Just one-on-one.
One-on-one for
30 minutes.
Fucking awesome. I would.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate it.
Shaping up is it kind of piss almost.
Yeah.
There's a lot of house to fight in.
There's quite a bit of things you could do.
Where's Tim Allen when you really need him?
We just jumped up into the wall, into the floor.
The second floor.
I apologize, guys. He wasn't in The Godfather. He was in The Godfather 2.
Oh, well, who was he in The Godfather?
He played a minor character in the scene involving Michael Corleone. While not a major role, he was in one of his acting gigs. But they don't tell me.
They don't say who he is or what it was.
Now I gotta look up The Godfather 2. Hold on, give me a second.
You are not who I'm supposed to kill. You're a lady boy.
Truly.
What?
We gotta go, cops.
What? Wait, come back.
Come with me. Get the fuck out of here.
I got a whole bunch of hot pockets back at my place.
Yeah, got things to do.
I don't mind sharing at least one with you.
You think they're gonna?
I'm not a hot pocket guy anymore.
Oh, really?
I used to love a hot pocket.
I kind of outgrew him.
Oh, you've leveled up. You're living a life of luxury.
Yeah, I'm kind of too good for it now.
I picked up some toaster strudels the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
Good. I never got old for that.
I think he's more of a Crunch Wrap Supreme guy.
Oh, I love a good Crunch Wrap Supreme. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, I love a Crunch Wrap Supreme.
God, you get me going already.
Okay, in Godfather 2, Sho Kosugi, the guy with the eye patch, played
Sho Kosugi.
Passerby in coat with cap pulled down.
You go like this.
It's probably because he's actually missing it.
One of my favorite performances in part 2.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
When I saw his performance, it made me want to become an actor.
Robert Duvall, Sho Kosugi. It was right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same practice. Sho Kosugi, I would argue, might be better.
He might have sold the movie.
He was in Ninja 3.
He was.
He was in Godfather 2.
Robert Duvall
Ninja
definitely
3.
was not.
He did Godfather 2, and he goes right after this. How do I follow this up?
Yeah.
Ninja 3.
Ninja 3.
Domination.
You know what a sword is.
Yeah, my
Speak
bitch
English?
got it.
I just
let me pull my pants down and show you my sword, bitch.
Whoa, easy. You came from Japan. Oh, I thought you were Indian. I
revenge.
apologize.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to explain to Round Eye about it.
Gaijin. He wanted to explain the Gaijin.
The Gaijin. Hey, Round Eye.
Hey, Round Eye.
Where's that from? Like I feel like it's in a lot of movies.
Is that Karate Kid? Is that Karate Kid?
It might. No, Bloodsport.
Is it Bloodsport? It is Bloodsport.
He's like,
it is Bloodsport.
He's like, give up, Round Eye.
Oh, he's gonna escape, huh?
Dude, that's another canon film. Funny enough.
Oh no!
Oh, what did you do? That guy did nothing to him.
He did nothing to you.
Yeah,
fuck you. This is a fuck to the police.
What was that?
Jesus Christ!
Hey, wake up! I was gonna spit at him like, Pleh. They're sleeping.
Why are people looking at me? I couldn't even tell the truth.
Okay, you didn't kill. But they actually just might be sleeping. Can I?
That guy was bleeding from his neck. I don't think
they're dead.
I think
those two are dead.
Those two are dead, buddy.
So the two are dead, but the one guy lived.
Yeah, he got away with it.
Okay, it's fine.
He asked the right questions, and that's what made him.
He might come back.
Give up, Round Eye.
So now he's somehow hell of a detective. He really put it all together.
He detected everything.
Is he a detective? He's been fucking
I mean, he's sending all these people to jail, except for the woman he's fucking /
Well, now he's entering her place with a gun, and he's looking at the uniform.
I'm going to tell you one thing: homicidal ninjas one hell of an STD.
Yes, it's little HN is bad for the balls.
Don't touch it. Don't touch her stick.
He's gonna see his own story in the sword.
Oh yeah, he is.
He's like, I was the guy. Imagine coming home and be like, why the fuck are you always beat up? Hmm.
I'm dry.
So I saw
I'm gonna shoot you now.
Listen to me. We can have
Listen to
sex one more time.
One more time, okay?
One for the road.
yeah,
But it's got to
this
be
gun.
doggy style with you facing.
But I'm
the
holding a
opposite
gun
direction.
on you,
I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
the gun in my hand the whole time. Don't move.
and it's consent. You're giving me
Take off your
consent.
top.
I point the
Take
gun
off
at
your
you the whole
top
time
first,
we have
and then don't move.
sex. That'd be something new. Kind of like, I'm gonna hold you at gunpoint.
It's a new fetish, Matthew. Come on, get with
Obviously.
it. Get with it. Get with it.
But this isn't new. This is like 30, 40-year-old fetish. It's a 40-minute movie.
There you go.
Now she's finally seeing it was
Matthew called
it
this.
was you.
Matthew called this.
You gave the fatal shot.
You finished me off.
Nice and slow.
Time to die. Christy, yes.
Christy, yes.
Yes, yeah.
I told you that I hesitate. She's fighting
can't
it.
do it.
Love will
Yeah.
love prevent her death.
Love conquers all.
We called both things. We called both.
See what happens
things.
when women are on their period?
Yeah,
tell you, man.
exactly.
Jesus
You're on the
Christ.
rag.
They should have synchronized.
Oh, it is rough.
She's slowly getting away in a telephone van.
Sweet as this. Now we get a cool. I think one of these cars might explode in this movie.
I feel an explosion coming.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Way to
I
get rid of
do.
her. The only
There
way
has
to
be
get
another.
rid
We
of her.
haven't had one in a while.
It's been a minute, man.
It
A lot
has.
of ninja vanishes, but no explosion.
Yeah, those were a couple of like minor explosions. The only
Yeah.
big explosion was a helicopter.
Calm down. Calm down. Wait a minute.
Whoa! This guy
You're a
sucks at
cop?
driving.
You
This guy's
can't
like
drive?
this guy's like McNulty in The Wire.
Why do you have shag carpet on your seats?
Remember that?
She
episode
drove
of The
to China?
Wire
What
when,
happened here?
McNulty went to-
No, this was seen before. It's I think it's an
Kinda.
actual place in Arizona.
Oh, really? Oh.
I feel like I read an article that said that unfortunately this place in Arizona got torn down or something.
Oh, that's
But it looks like it's
okay.
superimposed, so I don't know.
This one looks like it was built for the area. Yeah,
maybe they painted it.
maybe they painted it the same color as rock, so it didn't really get torn down. It just looks like the canyon. No,
Think these ancient temples had any toilets?
no,
It's fucking nasty.
You shit
You gotta
right on
fix your
Buddha.
phone line.
You shit in front of Buddha.
Buddha bless you.
You take a doo doo and you take a boo boo in front of Buddha.
Do it for the Buddha.
Yeah,
I've come here because I hate Mondays.
I hate Mondays.
Everybody's dressed like Garfield.
They just have Garfield everywhere.
It's like Garfield training camp.
He's like, do you hate Mondays? I
you
hate
hate
Mondays.
Lasagna.
You love lasagna?
Lasagna.
I love lasagna.
Lasagna.
Do you hate
Hit
yellow
Odie's
dog?
everywhere.
I hate yellow dog.
What's your name? John?
Jim.
John!
Arbuckle.
Arbuckle.
Do you pray to Jim Davis every night? I do.
Do you know where Abu Dhabi is?
Are you gonna fuck a cat, a lady cat named what the fuck is
Nermal.
it? Nermal? Will you fuck Nermal? Will you be on a Saturday morning cartoon with farm animals?
Another one-on-one.
Maybe.
I'm a ninja.
Yeah, well, that's quite a few ninjas.
I'm gonna help you lose your head.
Yeah, I don't know.
Your
What,
shoulders.
what's the plan here? They're gonna fight again.
You think she dies?
I think they have to.
I
kill
think
her.
they're gonna exercise her demon,
Save her.
I
Yeah.
think they're gonna kill her.
and the like,
maybe
what do
it
you
goes
call
into him, and then the
Oh,
cop
then they
kills
have to
him.
kill. Yeah, maybe. That's more of a poetic kind of thing going on.
Thank you. I try.
I think we're making a better movie. Oh, is that the dead ninja? That's
Yeah, I think it's the dead ninja.
Okay.
Because he went to the morgue when he bumped the two heads, and he took.
Yeah, took the body.
I don't know why.
So maybe,
I don't know why.
He wanted proof of death.
Or fuck it.
Yeah, fuck that dead body. Why not?
It's a long journey.
Yeah, just fuck the dead body.
Good
Is she-
choreography in this
Is
movie.
she trying
by
to
the way.
become like one with the ninja, like break like a Emotep, kind of the ninja type thing?
You know, instead of pushing her, you could have stabbed her. Kill her.
Well,
Oh, that's no
okay.
fair.
Oh, what the hell's going on? Oh,
Going back into the dead body?
Yeah, they're becoming one now. It's like a Nox and a moon. A
Anaxunamu!
Nox and a moon. Oh, there's the
I'm
ninja spear
back.
right there.
The Kool-Aid Man.
Oh, it's the frighteners.
Could somebody please get the proton packs out?
Wow.
You take sword.
I'm back, baby.
Okay, so I guess she wasn't like a worthy host.
Well, I guess
The
like
traveler has
Ninja,
come.
ninja zombie.
because he was about to kill her,
Choose.
Yeah.
and he's
He's
like,
like,
"Oh
"You
no,
come."
there's another body right here. We could just."
Yeah. She said like the ancient ninja like spiritual to him or something like that.
Daddy's back.
No.
Choose the
The
form of
ball
your
is
destruction.
back.
How do you kill something that's already dead?
You never
Yeah.
do. Oh,
What is dead may never die.
ah.
Yeah.
So what is wrong with his other arm?
Who the
There it
ninja?
goes.
Well, he gets which one? The ninja or the ninja?
He's like he's fighting one arm like Vader.
The
over
ghost?
Oh, the
Yeah,
ghost.
ghost, yeah,
He
yeah. He
usually
probably got
he
fucked
gets-
up.
He like gave him a push for a minute ago.
Oh, he got him. Got him. That
was
hurt.
That was gut should like spill out.
Oh no,
Everybody's
man.
dressed like
Oh.
Garfield. oh,
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, it's become like his like slaves
Minions?
and minions. Like,
Oh, I thought they were gonna do a Ark of the Covenant thing here.
no,
Charlie
they're gonna be
Brown. You Charlie
"Yo,
Brown.
Charlie Brown, ja.
Charlie Brown, son.
ja." Oh, that's an explosion.
We're
Hey,
gonna
Charlie,
kill you now.
give me a kiss.
Sorry, Bill. Tommy,
Alright.
my bad.
This guy's
Jonathan?
style's good. He doesn't
Whoops.
kill anybody. He just like he kicks him around.
Steve, what are you doing?
Oh,
Craig, get out of here. Robert, come on, man.
Robert,
Jojo?
Jeffrey,
Fred,
Bill,
Phil.
Connor, back away from
Look,
that.
look, I can't pronounce your name for the credits. I'm going to give you a special name.
They all have must-see TV names.
Yes,
Jackson,
Jackson, Paul, Dave,
Doug,
every
Larry,
Larry, Charles, Jerry, George,
George,
Cosmo.
Bill,
Yo, Sakavik.
Sakane. Oh, they have a jungle gym inside of their place.
This is like a cool little like obstacle course.
They're on the guts thing. The
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking Nickelodeon.
Yeah. Who's gonna go to the aggro crag?
Ninjas.
Quark. Quark.
Quirk.
Hey, Mike. They have to. They have to.
Mark, they have to kill the ninja, Mark. Back to you, Mark.
Back to you, Mike.
Mark O'Malley was in the
Thanks.
movie. What was the movie with Sully? He was in Sully, by the way.
Oh,
Michael
was it?
Malley. Michael Malley's been. In
He
a
was
lot
the
of
bad
movies.
guy, kind of. He was just one of the guys that was trying to prosecute Sully for landing the plane.
Michael Malley's keeping it alive, man. Good for Michael Malley.
Yeah, man.
Maura Quark, on the other hand, she just disappeared.
I think she's dead.
No, Maura Quark's still alive. She's
She got a lot of AIDS, Matthew. A lot of AIDS.
She's missing the black eye.
Come
Yeah.
on, just her. Everybody there did.
I
The guy from all that
feel-
gave it up.
I
gave
feel
it
the
everybody.
same now.
feel empty.
I
I
feel
feel.
like I need Asian food.
Yeah.
I
you-
felt the
Once you
Nope.
turn into a ninja, Justin, 30 minutes later, you want to turn into a ninja again.
Once you go back, you never go ninja. Oh,
Need some
guy's throwing,
sodium.
like- this guy's got a lot of explosions. That's
A lot of
three
MSG in those
explosions.
ninja possessions.
I got a gun. I can take care of this.
Don't worry. I've
Yeah.
killed them before, lady.
Do you think the ninja? They're gonna have to like explode the ninja?
I mean, shooting it doesn't seem like it's going to do much, and
No,
I feel like
not
there is
really.
a explosion that's going to happen toward the end. So
Something has to explode.
I'd go with
honey,
that.
I
Another
blew up the
explosion.
ninja. Is that what you're trying to go with?
Yeah,
Exploding ninja.
Kerry
Is this-
Russell. I blew up the ninja.
Oh, again, good choreography in this movie.
Yeah,
I don't mind
but-
that guy. I like how he uses his other hand when he's defending himself with a sword.
He's got that. What's the Obi-Wan technique that he uses? DJ, you should know that.
Shoto something. Shoto
Yeah,
something.
you play on the defense, and you only
Yeah.
go offensive when you need
Very
to.
hard to kill him because he's
Yes.
all defensive.
Yeah, it's like the rope-a-dope in Star Wars.
Ooh, nice move. It's another one-on-one fight.
No! Oh, see, if I was the
pardon me.
Ghost Ninja, I would kill him.
Whoops.
Whoa.
Oh,
This Ghost Ninja sucks.
yeah, man.
Well, in all fairness to the Ghost Ninja,
Oh,
Ghost
okay.
Ninja has a shit ton of holes in it.
Yeah, he was shot a lot.
Yeah, maybe, but he should know better. He's fought this battle before.
Oh wow, he's
Look, he could do that. He could jump from mountain to mountain.
so can
Or can
he.
he?
Guess what? So can he.
They look proud of him.
You wait, people enjoying the show.
You guys like it? You could call for help or
You
shoot
guys
him
like
when his
me
back is
jumping
turned.
from a canyon? Oh, whoa!
Oh
that was a sneaky
wow,
one.
that was dangerous.
That was a sneaky one.
Sneaky bastard.
Yeah,
Chain
Oh. I forgot. I have this chain.
from a bike I stole.
Stole this.
The ultimate
Stole from a
tool
BMX
to
bike.
use against a katana.
I was watching
Yeah.
the movie Rad with Nicole Kidman, and I decided to steal her bike.
Yeah, of course. I had to. BMX Bandit.
BMX,
RX Bandit.
BMX. There you go. Shoot him. What?
Yeah, what's he? What she's like? No, you can't shoot the zombie man.
He's got this. He's got. Oh no, he's dead. I'm sorry.
Gentlemen's
You should've-
rules.
You should have probably helped him.
That's true.
We got a sword.
Nope.
Oh, why you throwing it away?
Tried to hit him.
They're scared of the sword.
Should have stabbed the guy in the
Oh.
head. Oh,
Christina.
yes. Oh,
Oh, she killed it. Maybe,
girl
maybe.
boss.
Stab him with his own
moment.
sword.
Nice DEI moment. Girl boss has to win in the
She
end.
does. She is such
Woke
a
ninja.
So
three.
woke this movie.
what do you call it, Mary
So
Sue?
woke. Yeah, Mary Sue. She Daisy Ridley.
Oh,
them.
he's gonna pray to Gozer. The Gozer.
Is he gonna shoot back into her now?
Yeah,
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
that'd be cool. Or he's gonna get sucked down into the thing by Freddy Krueger with his claw.
Like Popeye got punched in the back of the head by
Kind of
Bluto
corkscrew it.
here. Yeah, man. He's going back to China the long way.
I knew that was possible. I always knew it.
Did you ever believe that when you were a kid? It was like, hey, we dig so far south.
I used to do it at the beach, Matthew, thinking I was going to dig to China. I
I always thought it'd be cool to like do a thing where it's like the government wanted kids to build, make holes
big holes. So
like for a reason. And
they
said
probably
that.
did.
Oh no! Now they're in Tremors. Where's
But
Kevin
it
Bacon?
also bothers me. There's a line.
It's a Megazord.
There is a line in the Goonies where Data actually says like, "Oh, we go down so low, we reach China,"
He did say that.
and that is a real line in the Goonies
Hey,
by an
don't
Asian character.
don't
Sorry,
hate on
everybody.
Goonies. Don't hate on the Goonies.
I could not make that up. I'm not that good of a writer. Chris Columbus is.
Oscar winner said that. Oscar winner said that.
Yes, an Oscar winner said that line.
He did.
Out of everyone in that movie, he's the Oscar winner.
He's the
Yeah, he
Oscar
is.
winner. That's
Yeah.
true.
Nobody else won an Oscar.
Josh Brolin got close. Josh
Did
Brolin got
Richard
close.
Donner never won,
He
right?
never won
No,
one.
no.
Chris Columbus never won one.
Josh
Well,
Brolin's the closest.
Steven
ever to
Spielberg
get-
did. Steven Spielberg.
Spielberg
Yeah.
did. Brolin
George
got
Lu-
nominated
George
twice,
Lucas.
I think.
But no actor, no director, no writer.
No. Executive
Producers, whatever.
Producers,
I don't consider that.
Yeah.
I think you got 3 Oscar nominees.
Oh,
Oh,
we got stabbed in the friggin' head.
That is how you're gonna do it.
Well,
I mean, if
that's
you're gonna
better
kill a
than-
ghost, you gotta stab the ghost in the head.
Well,
Now,
that was
I don't-
fun.
Now,
Nice
I
to
don't
meet
think
you.
I need to. He already died. I can't give another mark.
No,
for
you
a
can't,
dead
count a
thing
death
already.
of a death of a
Because I
ghost.
gave the credit.
Is he dead?
earlier. I mean,
No one's ever really gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what did we say earlier in this commentary? It's like
It's gonna come up.
nobody ever really died.
Right?
Legends live forever.
Yes.
Heroes die alone. What is it?
What? No.
Heroes
Live
get
long enough to
remembered,
see
but
yourself
legends never
become the
die.
villain.
It's funny.
Never look
him
a
saying,
gift horse in the mouth.
it's funny him saying that because he's actually dead. Art LaFleur, the guy who said that line, he is dead.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you
I
kill
think
him?
he's dead.
Did you kill him, Matthew?
I didn't kill him. I mean,
How you so
I'm
certain
not
he's
saying
dead?
I knew somebody who didn't kill him.
You
Yeah.
made it very certain that he
He's
was
acting
dead.
like that's
he
a
was
fact,
there.
and I don't think
Yeah.
that's a fact.
Yeah.
A guy named Art LaFleur.
Did you kill a man named Art LaFleur, Matthew?
I might have. Let's see. When did Art LaFleur die? Oh no, the
Oh, I
ninja.
farted again.
Nothing but a queefy ninja.
Well,
That's
Well, there you go.
Ninja 3 somehow related to Enter the Ninja.
Yeah.
he's gonna live there now. He's gonna live on the top of this mountain.
This is his mountain now.
I'm the king of the mountain.
Yeah. By the way, Art LaFleur died in 2021. Thank you.
Bye.
I think. I mean, I don't know.
By a ninja.
It was in the midst of COVID, so maybe COVID got him. I don't really know.
That's how Colin Powell died.
Well, I want to know how many people died.
Oh
in this
no,
movie.
he actually died. He had a 10-year battle with Parkinson's.
Oh no.
Look at that, Art LaFleur. He played Baby Ruth.
Yeah,
God.
that's 10 years of that, huh?
Exactly.
Oh, the guy who's the star, the good ninja, he was also the fight choreographer. That's why the fights were so good.
Yeah, he was good. Art LaFleur died. Yeah, I watched. You know what I watched yesterday? Field of Dreams.
You did?
Oh,
Yeah.
James Earl Jones
Yeah, and
Well,
with Art LaFleur.
and
Well,
Ray
you guys gonna
Liotta.
be okay. Let's go over some numbers here.
Go ahead.
So look at this fucking number right here. Unless I missed something and fucked up here,
Mhm.
the number on deaths was 34 and a half. The
Wow.
number I had was 34.
I won?
Yeah, you guys both got the under on that one.
Ha
So wait, what was the number?
34 and a half.
I had 34 and a half.
And it was 34.
It was 34.
34.
Fuck.
I might
Man,
have
that
missed
was
something.
close.
If I counted the ninja dying again, it would have went to 35.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of a half, but he was already dead, so he wasn't dying. He was being
look at
exercised.
that, yeah. Questions about who doing these crimes. I didn't really pay attention. So if you guys at home are watching the movie, make up your own game.
I don't
for
think
that.
they really.
Yeah.
Nah, they knew it was a
Explosions. Here
ninja.
you go. One. Explosions. 8. My number was 8.5.
What?
Yeah. If I'm counting all the
Whoa.
explosions.
Did
all the
Matthew
things
get
that
these
you see,
numbers good, or did Matthew
Did
get
a
these
spirit
numbers
come
good?
to you?
Maybe.
Jesus.
I was a spirit came in me. Both you guys lost in that one because you guys had the over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
close.
look
We
at that.
barely lost.
And then here's where the rubber meets the road here.
Yeah. No math.
Hold on.
Take a look at me. Take on me. Close enough.
All right. One-on-one fights. There were 9 one-on-one fights. Somebody had the over, and somebody had the under.
I think
Right.
I had the over. No?
DJ had the under. So DJ
And-
wins.
Yeah, baby.
Look at that. What a good time.
I know my ninjas.
You do.
And they
Damn,
all
that was fucking close. Put that highlight
that
that.
whatever
good
Matt's
highlight.
number was for this, he had that shit down to the half
I don't
point.
know. I might have missed something.
Oh, I think
here
this
or
was
there.
developed in
Who
Hollywood,
knows?
Florida.
Really?
I think it said Hollywood, Florida, right there.
Ah,
Yeah,
Where? I live in Hollywood, Florida.
it's
Is that a ninja outside my window?
yeah.
Holy
He's waiting. He's waiting to impregnate you.
Let's see. I'm gonna
God,
scroll
not,
back.
Not again.
Production equipment. Oh, the cameras were supplied by. Yep. Oh, Hollywood, California. Okay.
Oh, okay. Thank God.
All right.
You can see Hollywood. You automatically think Hollywood, Florida.
Maybe about.
We had Hollywood first, motherfucker.
Hollywood.
It's like Ohio had Miami first, so I guess it's
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
It all evens out.
it's all good.
We're all
Get in summer.
Get in summer. Get in
fine.
summer.
Can.
Get in summer. Get it right.
I wanted to say salmon summer.
That was a fun movie.
Bro.
Yeah, they had a lot of stuff going on in it.
Only thing it didn't have was
I've been
tits.
wanting to watch that for like
There-
10 years now.
There was no titties, but there were nipples, but no.
we got
tits.
close.
Yeah. Women
That girl-
died mercilessly in this movie, by the way.
It was prime opportunity for
At least
something nice.
3 women died on the screen.
Viciously.
Yeah, and you usually don't see a lot of women
No.
getting killed on the
Not,
screen.
not
to
that
see.
many.
Nice
Not
to
movies like this.
Nice to see women get murked.
Nice
Yeah,
to see them
it's
get an
okay.
equal chance at
Yeah.
being murdered on
They're
screen.
always screaming about equal
We don't get
rights
to
and
do this,
equal
or we
rights,
don't get to
equal
do
rights.
that.
It's like,
Wow.
well,